Hey you guys, happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are having an amazing start to your week. If you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments with #replay, and also let me know where you're chiming in from. I want you guys to guess where I'm at. Here's it. That was a quick hint, but I want you guys to guess and see if you know where I'm at. Today I want to talk about something that I was thinking about on the flight to where I'm currently at, which I'll reveal at the end of the live stream. But it was just something that was on my mind that I think a lot of people kind of get hung up on. And I just want, I don't know, to give like my story, like how this experience has happened to me. And if you guys have any tidbits or tricks, let me know in the comments. I want to talk about being you versus being perfect, or like this certain sort of perfect that we try to attain within our business. It's very biased to what we believe is perfect. Okay, that's the first thing. So I'm going to take you guys back to when I went to this conference. It was like last July. It was like the end of July. And it was like a 3-day conference. It was one that I was a backup speaker at. I actually applied to be a speaker like the day that the speaking submissions was due, but they were like, we loved your pitch. We want you to speak, but we just don't have any spots for you. So we are going to give you a pass, like a free pass to this conference. And you're a backup speaker. So if someone doesn't show up, which is actually very common at conferences, you can speak. So I went to this conference and I was like, oh my gosh, like I think the first thing when anyone goes anywhere, it's kind of like, what do I wear when I go to a conference, right? Hey, Alla, how are you? If you guys are just hopping on, say hey. I love chatting with you guys when I'm on live. So whenever I don't know if men are like this, if any men are watching, let me know. But like all the females, you guys know that when we go anywhere on a date, if we go out, you know, if we would just go to the mall, or if we're going out with our girlfriends or whatever, it's like, what the heck do we wear, right? So every day, my work bag is like my old rickety rackety college bag. I'll show you guys. It's this bag. It literally has like a hole in it. And it's so super comfortable and I just love it. I want to like buy a new one because I was thinking about washing it, but it's like so dirty and I didn't want the leather to like ruin or anything. So that's my East Carolina bag, which is where I went to school. And I had that bag, but I also have like that Louis Vuitton Never Full bag, which is like the big Louis Vuitton tote bag that I specifically usually only take out like if I'm going somewhere that I need like an overnight bag, or if I'm going to a conference, right? So I was like, you know what? It was a local conference. So I was like, the first day, I was like, you know what? I'm going to put all of my stuff in my Louis Vuitton bag. Okay. For what reason? My whole mindset about it was like, my bag looks disgusting. I want to make a good impression, so I'm going to wear like a nice like work outfit with my Louis Vuitton bag. Okay. So I go to this conference and like all day I'm there, like walking around the vendor shops, walking around everywhere. No one like really approaches me. Okay. And for me, like being an extrovert, like I don't like that. Whereas like a lot of introverts are like, don't talk to me. I'm more of like I always find a way to have a conversation with somebody just because I love chatting with people, love getting to know people, and love seeing how I can help them. So I went to this conference the first day with, you know, normal outfit with my Louis Vuitton bag. No one talked to me. Okay. So let's put that into the part where that's like the perfect side of me. Okay. It's not me being fake because I had the bag, right? I didn't buy the bag for the conference. Like I already had the bag. So it was like, I didn't want to bring my old rickety rackety East Carolina tote bag that I just love. And it's so super comfortable because I was like, I wanted to like look the part. Okay. So the second day I was like, I'm laughing because my mom just came on the live stream. The second day I was like, you know what? Like not only was that bag, like I love the straps on that bag, but like they are really uncomfortable if you're putting like something heavy in it, like a laptop. And I'm talking about my Louis Vuitton Never Full bag, which is like the tote Louis Vuitton. So I was like, you know what, like this conference, like people weren't really dressed up anyway. So I'm just gonna use my tote bag, my little gross one. So I was like, the second day I wore like the same similar outfit and I had my East Carolina tote bag. I am not kidding you that every single vendor talked to me as I walked down the path of the vendor mart, just walking around. Maybe I was in the bathroom. Somebody had to comment about my East Carolina bag. And what was the difference between the Louis Vuitton and the East Carolina bag? I'm going to tell you right now. When people saw the Louis Vuitton bag, there is no relatability points when it comes to seeing something of a designer piece unless you have something similar. Okay? When people saw my East Carolina bag, people were like, go Pirates. They were like, oh, you went to school in North Carolina. Are you from North Carolina? I used to live in North Carolina. What were you doing down in North Carolina? There were all these relatability points that people could now relate to who I was, and they had a reason to start a conversation with me. Okay? So the difference between being you versus trying to be perfect is exactly that. You are going to attract more people simply by showing up exactly how you are. Okay? And like I said earlier, just because I was carrying the Louis Vuitton bag, which I have Louis Vuitton bags, and it's like I wasn't trying to like buy one for the conference to like put on a show. It was like I stepped out of a version of myself that I typically don't present myself as, okay? Because I wanted to appear like more perfect looking, even though I look exactly the same. It was just like putting together the look, okay? But that's not typically how I show myself as, is with the Louis Vuitton bag, okay? But when I presented myself with my East Carolina bag, which is like the bag that I typically wear, I probably exuded this type of, I'm trying to think, I don't want to say confidence, because I was confident in both times, but it was like, when I was carrying a bag that was like, it had something that somebody else could relate to, it allowed the other person to show up as themselves. Like, I didn't come off as this person where it was like, oh, that person probably doesn't want to be bothered, which is like a luxury brand type of persona. Whereas like when I was carrying my like little rinky-dink East Carolina bag, it was like, oh, this person like is probably more open to talking about, you know, the school she went to, or they saw the logo and it was like, oh, I know what I can say to this person in order to introduce myself. Richie says, great point, having a conversation starter. Exactly. So when I was on the flight this morning, the person next to me said the same thing. They were like, oh, did you go to East Carolina? And I was like, yes, I swear to you guys, I will never, ever, ever not carry my bag. I might get a new one, but I will never not carry something that allows somebody else the ease to come to talk to me. Is this making sense? So how this relates to being perfect versus being yourself. We always believe that we need to have all of the ducks in the row in order to begin our social media profiles or just to start publishing consistently on social media. Excuse me. So what I mean by that is a lot of us believe that it's like, oh, I can't start publishing yet because I don't have my website done. I can't start publishing yet because I don't have a website. I can't start publishing yet because I don't have anything, like the logo, my brand colors picked out. My brand colors are weird. I want to rebrand, right? Which is what I'm currently going through right now, is a rebrand of my business. And the thing is that you want to take your customer from when you first started to where your perfection is going to be, which might be in a year. It could be 5 years. It could be 10 years. It really depends upon where you're at in your online business. But you want to take them and document your journey from the start to the end, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect in order to start. Same with the Louis Vuitton bag versus the East Carolina bag. People relate to when you are your most yourself, which is why it's so super important that when you show up online, you show up exactly how you are, with your weird voice, with the pimple on your face, in the rental car, like wherever you're traveling to. It doesn't really matter, okay? What matters is that you're consistent and you show up with valuable content, because people don't relate to perfect. Clearly, that was my experience. People relate to when you are simply yourself. So if this is making sense, let me know in the comments. This is a short rant, so I'm going to wrap this up. If you guys are loving this, let me know. If you guys have any questions, let me know. So the whole point of this thing is that the difference between being yourself versus being perfect, you are your own type of perfect. One of my favorite quotes ever is, no one is you and that is your power. Do you guys realize that that is more valuable than being perfect? Because you are literally not trying to be like anybody else. You're not trying to take anybody's vision or voice or whatever. You simply just show up as you. Nobody can be you. Okay? That's like a solid 1000% fact. Okay? So when you are yourself with all of your imperfections and you embrace all of your imperfections, remember that post that I made before? Your mess is your message. Make your mess your message. And I know personally, because I struggled with this a lot when I first began. It was like, what if they don't like XYZ? What if I am myself and people don't like me? What if da da da? But it's like, what if they do? What if you are the breath of fresh air? What if they've been waiting for you to show up like this? Okay? And a lot of the times, that is exactly what happens. The most real and authentic people that I know get the most social media followers. They get the most praise online. It's because you are actually a breath of fresh air. You're not trying to be like anybody else. You're not trying to be another like champagne sipping on the Eiffel Tower, you know, photo shoot, like with whatever. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You're simply being yourself. And when you do that, you allow other people to be themselves. And then they come to you and it's like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for you. Okay? I've been waiting for you to be yourself so I can approach you. Okay? Hey, Adolfo. Hey, Kristen. Kristen, I hope you're well. Okay. Hey, guys. Oh, I love all you guys hopping on, but I just wrapped it up. So I'll do another wrap up. So essentially me going on the second rant is just like, embrace everything that you are. All right. And if you're just hopping on now, I want you guys to watch the replay to hear my story about the Louis Vuitton bag versus my rinky dink East Carolina bag that got me, I'm not kidding you. There were probably about like 30 vendors and this isn't even an exaggeration, about 28 of them approached me when I was wearing my East Carolina bag. 0 goose egg approached me when I was carrying my Louis Vuitton bag. Why? Because people relate to things that are real. I went to school at East Carolina. So when people see the pirates, it's also a conversation starter. That's why I will never go to a conference ever again without carrying some sort of logoed bag that I'm affiliated with, whether it's my business and it makes people question what it is, or if it's something they can relate to, like a sports team, a college, or maybe the hometown that you went to. Because relatability trumps perfection. Okay? So, yeah. That's really all that I have to say for today. I already went through a lot of it in the beginning. So if you're just hopping on now, I really encourage you to watch the replay. And if no one really guessed where it was at. See, guys, I can ask questions too, and that doesn't mean people are going to answer, and it doesn't even matter. Okay. So in the beginning, I said it was a rental car rant because I was like, if anybody could guess where I was at. And I'm in Amelia Island. I'm here for Easter weekend. So yeah, Florida, if you guys didn't know that. So anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing week. I will be on the next live stream tomorrow. If you guys have any questions on social media, on Instagram, about Pinterest, YouTube, podcasting, drop them below in the comments because your question could quite literally be the topic of the next live stream. So I hope you guys have an amazing Tuesday, and I will see you guys tomorrow on the next live stream. Bye, guys.